Peace and blessings to everyone. I hope your day is going phenomenal. I am just waking up. I've been up for a while, but I've just been in a deep contemplation. It's been over 2 or 3 weeks since my last podcast, and I really wanted to make sure I was being consistent. We're about to go into the holiday season, and this will be one of 2 of the last episodes of this season. I want to start off speaking about grief and the power of grief. I think that is super important because here lately, with the passing of quite a few people, public and private, we are starting to see that a lot of what we feel emotionally just can't get swept under the rug anymore. At first, I would say that it's a raw feeling, when you lose a loved one. But more than anything, it's an opportunity for rebirth and renewal. I really do think that being able to see not only a person as they were, but who they are in transitioning is the true power. Of course, my condolences to anyone that has lost a loved one here recently or in the past few years. The stigma of COVID-19 and what it has done in the taking of lives has been so jarring. And I feel the need to acknowledge those that we have lost. And I say this a lot, but I really mean it when I say that we never truly lose anyone. Energy is not destroyed, it only disperses. And that means that you can feel fragments of your loved ones all over the universe. And it's so important for us to understand that we're all connected and that this body is just housing the spirit. And although we may know all of that, it's the patterns that we have called normal in our lives that we really miss when we miss a loved one, like placing a phone call, going on a long stroll, eating a favorite meal, laughing together. And all of those things are quote unquote human. And they make sense in such a real way. And in such a human way, loss is real. And I just wanted to hold space for individuals to understand that it is okay to grieve in a healthy way. Even if you have to grieve by yourself by looking at images that are positive of an individual, laughing is a great form of grief. Just taking time with yourself and cherishing memories and looking at photos and celebrating the individual's life. And I think this is so important because people don't understand that although we're still here, individuals are transitioning from one paradigm to the next, and they still need continued strength as they make that transition. And it's so important to not try to be strong, but to just be whatever it is in the moment and allow yourself to have that. When people are transitioning, they know quite a bit that they will be missed. And if they don't know, they begin to understand more and more as they're going through the transition that their loss was felt. And it's so important for us to acknowledge that by having joy and celebrating them and living life. Because once again, we are still living. We are still breathing, and we still can produce a lovely ode to them through our daily motion of being. And I think it's ironic that my latest podcast is on death and grieving, because there has been quite a bit of it. It's almost shell-shocking. And the best advice I would say is just keep moving, Keep moving, Get up and try to do some of those daily tasks that make us human. Shower, smell good, make yourself a meal, even if it's a light snack. It is so important that we stay connected to reality of who we are and our privilege. Having breath in you and living your life is really a privilege. And when you begin to walk in that, you light the path in the darkness. And I even say, I used to say to my grandmother, in every dark room is a keyhole. There's always light. Even in darkness, there's always light. You just have to look for it. So I implore anyone grieving at this time to understand that transitioning just adds to someone's power to be a shining light for you and a guiding light for you, and to become one of your elite, powerful guardian angels, and to think of things this way, because honestly, if they have love for you in their heart, this is one of the most privileged things that they will want to do for you, is to watch over you and give you comfort. And all you really truly have to do is let it in. Don't be so connected to this earthly plane and our earthly bodies, going to work, doing all of these earthly things, that we forget spirit. I think it's super important for us to acknowledge that we all have our time. And at that time, we would have wanted to live a beautiful, explored life. And it's really time for people who are not operating in their passion and in their purpose, and then what gives them love and hope and drive to do so, because we think we have a lot of time, and we simply do not. There isn't a lot of time for you to start, procrastinating about who you are. And I think it becomes more blaringly clear when we have people that are gone too soon. I think it's really time for everyone to start going through a reevaluation process as we come through the last quarter of this year, to illuminate the darkness. Because there is so much of it, but there is also so much light. You've just got to find it. You've just got to look and find it and use that, right? It's not a lot of real ones left. And it's never too late to convert. I just pray that this will help someone. We'll be able to give someone some strength in the storm. We'll be able to illuminate the darkness, dispel it. We'll be a comfort to someone in need, and knowing that even in the darkest time of your life, you're never alone. There's always something or someone available to you. We are never alone. And when you start to feel in this way, understand that we are a tiny speck in the vastness of the universe. So what you feel and think and do matters. And so with that, I want to just will that everyone has a beautiful day, that you shine your light. And if you're not able to shine it, at least you can charge up your battery and step into your purpose and the divine that spirit has placed in you to magnify on this earth. We might not always know what that looks like, but just because we don't know what that looks like is not an excuse not to explore. I love y'all. Keep your head up. Do great things. And be great. All the love to you. And take care.